Welcome back to the She Inspires podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Jade, board certified family medicine physician, wellness and weight loss specialist, owner of the membership medical practice in Las Vegas, Inspire Primary Care. And I am so excited to be back today to talk about my birthday reflections. So, my 35th birthday is coming up next week, you guys. And some of you may be listening and you may be like, oh, she's a baby. And some of you may be listening and saying, ooh, she's getting up there. Or you may be in the same age and stage of life as me and be like, ooh, we're right there together. But something about this 35th birthday is just hitting a little bit different, where I'm like, in a reflective state and I'm seeing how can I grow? How can I develop? How can I continue to be the best version of me? How can I use the time that I have left to leave an impact, right? And so I wanted to share three of the reflections that I have in this season on my 35th birthday. And I want to know, comment, let me know, what are you reflecting on in this season? What growth things are you working on? And I want to know what your thoughts are on these. So the first thing is this idea of the grass is green now. The grass is green now. So often we are setting goals and striving for the next thing, or looking ahead to the future, or saying, I will do this when I get to this point. I'll travel once I have this amount of money. I'll take time off once the business gets to this point. I had a patient recently tell me, oh, I'm going to use that Peloton at my house once I lose 15 or 20 pounds. And it's like, no, our grass is green now. Oftentimes, we're so busy watering someone else's grass that ours is drying out. So, what do I mean by that? We're looking on that timeline and we're looking at other people's travel and we're looking at other people's kids or other people's relationships or other people's businesses and liking and commenting, which we should. We should celebrate others, but we're so busy doing that our own grass is drying out because we're just not watering the grass that we have, and also saying that our grass is green too, right? And so I'm in this reflective season of saying, my grass is green now. I choose to be present now. I choose to use the time I have left. I choose to make an impact the best I can. And oftentimes we also spend time having our grass dry up because we're busy looking back. And so looking at what happened or what was or who upset us, or, past traumas or hurt feelings. And what I've learned is I'm only looking back to see how far I've come. I'm only looking back to honor the journey of where I've come from. But really, really being joyful in this season is one thing I'm just really reflective of in this 35th season of life, is the grass is green now. All right. So number two is rest is required. Okay. Rest is required. It is not optional. So often I talk about the importance of self care, but I'm really in a season of rest and not just sleep. So that's two different things. So I think about quality sleep, also essential. You guys know the doctor had in me is like, are we getting quality sleep? Are we prioritizing self care? These are two separate buckets. Are we doing self maintenance? The hair, nails, like, are we doing the required self maintenance to feel our best? But rest is its own category. And I got to this season over the last year where I was going to grow the businesses, but my soul started to just feel tired. And what I realized was I wasn't prioritizing rest. And so now that's looking like taking self care days. That's looking like having unscheduled days. That's looking like saying no so that I can say yes once I'm rejuvenated and restful. That's looking like setting healthy boundaries. So all of that helps to prioritizing my rest. And so that's really a state and a space that I'm in right now. And so I want to ask you guys, like, what is your rest looking like in this season? How are you prioritizing your rest? How are you scheduling that out or creating boundaries so that that happens naturally in your day to day, so that you're not like I was, kind of just hitting this brick wall like, whoa, I'm tired, okay? So rest is required. That's another reflection on my 35th birthday. And my third one is that time cannot be refunded. Time cannot be refunded. I talk about how health is one of our most valuable assets, but time is another one of our most valuable assets. So I'm in a season where I am not going to waste it. I'm not going to waste time on toxic relationships or people. I'm not going to waste time on things that drain me. I'm not going to waste time on things that just don't matter, that don't help me to pour into the reasons I am here, the things that I'm called to do, the people I'm called to serve. I am going to use the time I have because it's non-refundable. We can't get it back. It's such an important asset. So, how are you utilizing the time you have left? This is kind of morbid to think about around your birthday time, but I was recently thinking to myself, what will people say at my funeral? What do I want to use with this time I have left to help mold what people will say about me at my funeral? Who will actually cry when I pass away? Who will be so impacted because I made such a difference in their life that they will actually have genuine tears or actually have stories to tell at my funeral? And I know that this is also kind of morbid, but I reflected to like, okay, this is my 35th birthday, but let me flash to my 90th birthday, right? Let me flash to my deathbed, my last few moments of life. And what will I say that I missed out on or that I wished I did? So let me do that now. And when I have talked to older adults in their 80s plus, they have consistently said that it's not the money that they wish they had, it wasn't the houses or the material things, it was time and time with those that they loved and creating specific memories. So I'm really thinking towards the end of life for some reason on this 35th season and saying, okay, how can I utilize this time left in the best way possible where I will die quite literally empty, knowing that I did everything I was put here to do. And so some of those are kind of morbid, but hope you follow me with that. And I'm very deep thought on this 35th year, but that's just where I'm at, knowing the grass is green now, knowing that rest is required, and knowing that my time is non-refundable. So what does that look like for you? Comments, let me know. I want to hear from you. Comment on this, leave the podcast a review. Let me know how you guys are enjoying the podcast. We are doing sponsored posts, sponsored episodes now. So if you're a busy professional woman that has a service you think the audience could benefit for, reach out to our team. We'd love to share with the audience about the things you all have going on as well. And I would love for you to join our Instagram and YouTube family. We're at Dr. Jade MD. Let's stay in touch, and I will see you on the next episode of the She Inspires podcast.